I just finished watching The Last Republican, and I'll tell you, every American should watch this documentary with an open heart. Adam Kinzinger's journey from loyal Republican representative to a pariah among people who he once called friends. It's really painful to watch, and you could see it in his eyes, the weight of conviction meeting the reality of a world that he thought he knew. A man raised on service and duty, watching those ideals crumble all around him. What's most heartbreaking isn't just the political fallout for him personally. It's the meanness, the bullying, the deception, the cruelty that was unleashed on him and his family. The recorded phone calls that his staff was listening to, those voices filled with hate, threatening his life. They weren't from some foreign enemy. They were from our fellow citizens that were becoming and acting like an internal enemy. And what makes it even worse was the horrifying silence, the lack of pushback from those in power who chose strategic ambition over honor and duty. See, this film isn't just the story of Adam Kinzinger, because it's a document of how far too many of our fellow Americans have fallen, how easily ego and power can hollow out the soul of a big part of our nation. Watching it reminded me why I wrote Reviving Our Republic, because I saw the same spirit, this mean-spirited spectacle show itself in August of 2015 during the first Republican presidential debate. I remember watching it and thinking, this is exactly what George Washington warned us about. The rise of party spirit over public virtue, the triumph of pride over principle. That night pushed me to start writing, to lay out the 95 theses that became this book. And as I wrote, I realized this wasn't just about politics. It was about attempting to preserve the idea that we can still govern ourselves with decency and faith in each other. That's why at the very beginning of the book, I include a quote from George Bernard Shaw that resonated with my sense of resolution to come what may. And so today, I want to dedicate this excerpt to Adam Kinzinger. This is the true joy in life, being used for a purpose recognized by yourself as a mighty one, being a force of nature instead of a feverish, selfish little clod of ailments and grievances, complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy. I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community, and as long as I live, it is my privilege to do for it what I can. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die, for the harder I work, the more I live. I rejoice in life for its own sake, for life is no brief candle to me. It is a sort of splendid torch, which I have got hold of for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to future generations. That's for you, Adam. And remember, place, purpose, preservation, and revive the Republic. Take care.